I'd like to introduce you to my daughter, Georgia Ramsey. I am super proud of some of her responses here and surprised by others. As a father, it's one of the best things that I've ever done, which is record my kids. And actually, I'm sharing this really personal conversation with you right now. Okay, so how old are you?
I'm 10.
And what are we doing today?
We are doing a podcast with my dad's company for the first time ever. I am going to be on YouTube, I think.
Maybe.
Where am I going to be?
Definitely,
on YouTube, maybe.
Definitely on YouTube, definitely on the podcast. But I wanted to ask you a bunch of questions. But before I jump in, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Georgia Ramsey, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm 10 years old. My favorite animal is dogs. And
All dogs.
all dogs, every single dog.
If
I'm
it's a
not
dog,
picky.
you're happy.
If it's a dog, I'm happy.
Okay.
And when I'm older, I would like to be a singer as my profession.
Nice. I want you to tell the story about the Disney shareholders meeting. I want you to...
I don't remember basically any of it, really.
None.
I was really young.
Yeah, you were really young. It was like 5 years ago. Well, my favorite part about that trip was when we got to the line, you said, the lady looked at me and said, are you the shareholder? And you said, I'm the shareholder. That guy is my dad and he's my guest. Do you remember that?
I do. I also remember sitting in like the theater, looking at the like sneak peeks to the movies.
Yeah. I also was very nervous because you turned to me at one point and you said, Dad, can I ask a question? And, you know, there's like a couple hundred very wealthy investors and you were a 5-year-old kid. And I was nervous, but I said yes. Probably the first time I really trusted you in something super important. Do you remember what your question was?
I think it was like, how old was Disney?
That's right. You asked Bob Iger how old Disney, and he's like, oh, Georgia, good to see you again. It's fantastic. Great to talk to you earlier, but you had a fantastic question. Why do we do daddy-daughter trips?
Because most of the days you are gone, like almost all day. You leave for work at 8 and you come back at like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
And you're only there on weekends, really. But on weekends, which is where we do all our stuff, which means we don't really have time to like be together.
Hang out.
Yeah, so we do daddy-daughter trips to make sure that we still have time together, even though you're gone a lot of the time.
I know this coming year, you want to go to Vegas, but I've countered your Vegas trip with a trip where?
To New York.
Why New York?
Because I've never been there, and I've been to Las Vegas a lot of times.
And so I think it'd be cool to go to New York. It's called the city that never sleeps. It's the Big Apple. It would be kind of fun. Okay, couple questions. What do you think about our family values and all this stuff that we do as a family?
I think our family values are important because if we didn't have them, it would be more of like a free-for-all. And
it would definitely be a free-for-all for you and your sisters.
Yeah, like if you didn't have a strict thing that said, these are what you get in trouble for, then like you could do something where you didn't think you'd get in trouble for it, but you do.
So you're aware that if you breach any of these things...
I'm aware.
What do you think about that?
I don't know, really. I mean...
It is just what it is.
It is what it is.
One time you said something to me, it was really interesting. You said, Dad, it's a lot harder in our family. Like, I'm held to it. My friends don't have to do all this stuff. What do you think?
I think I agree with my past self.
With that statement?
Like, all my friends, they're doing different things, and And then I'm held to a higher standard, and you always say, because I'm the older sibling, it's like everything is my responsibility. And pretty much one of the only things I'm excited about being the oldest is I have my own room, which none of my other siblings have ever had.
Yeah. Does it feel like there's a lot of weight of responsibility?
There is a lot of responsibility. I have to do a lot of things. My siblings, if they ask for something, I generally have to give it to them. If they say, Georgia, can you carry my backpack while we're hiking? I have to carry their backpack.
Which one of our family values is that?
One of our family values is to take care of our people, and our siblings is one of our people, so.
You have to take care of them.
I have to take care of her.
Is it ever hard to take care of your people? Is there ever scenarios where you really don't want to, but you feel like you have to?
Yeah, like sometimes when June gets on my nerves a little, I feel like she's being really annoying, and I want to do something mean to her, but I know I would probably get in trouble if I did.
What do you think of our family prayer? And can you recite it for the people that are watching this?
Our family prayer is, I'm thankful for the food we have. I'm thankful for the home we have. I'm thankful for the love we have. I know that not everybody has as much as we do, and I'm thankful. And
what do you think of that?
I think it's a good way to say, like, I'm lucky for what I have, because I truly am. Most people don't have as much as we have.
What's it like having a dad and a mom who are entrepreneurial based? Like, you go to a special school, we do a lot of traveling, you have a lot of freedoms.
I think having the freedoms and traveling and my school is like, I think it's awesome. And I couldn't really imagine having a family any other way.
Is there any challenging parts to it? Because, again, with great freedom, sometimes great responsibility happens.
I think, like I said, the challenging part is being held to a higher standard.
Like you went to a company event and you're required to do what?
I'm required to shake hands with everybody and say, hi everyone, it's nice to meet you. I have to greet everybody, say hi to them, engage in conversations, which I'd much rather be talking to only my friends and not some adults that I just met 5 minutes ago.
That's right. And so that's a challenge.
That's one challenge.
What else?
Like I said, it's challenging to take care of my sisters when I'm mad at them or upset at them. Yeah.
And what about your own entrepreneurial journey? I'm just curious. I know you've toyed with a lot of different business ideas. Where are you at? Tell the audience a little bit about some of the things you've learned.
Well, I've learned a lot. I've learned that when you're at an event for kids, you have to really think about, I'm selling things to kids. Like, what would a kid want?
So you need to know.
You have to target your audience.
You have to target your audience. That's right. When did you learn that lesson?
I learned that at the last business fair at my school. My school is really cool, and they do farmers markets every 7 weeks where you can do something. I recently had one. What was it, like yesterday?
Yeah, it was
yesterday. It was yesterday. And I sold pudding, and I got $20 profit. But I also like to factor in how fun it was, and it was really fun.
What made it so fun?
It was fun that I got to participate in it, and that I could spend money without actually having to spend money.
So you spent money, but you made money, so there was an opportunity to have fun and sell a product. Where did you learn about targeting your ideal audience? The biggest mistake that you've made in business so far?
When I was doing the business fair, which is a once-a-year thing at my school, I chose to sell flowers, and like I said, that was not a good choice for selling things to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I spent way too much on the flowers and the stuff to try and keep them fresh, and the buckets to put them in, when I could have spent it on something that was really cheap, like pudding. It's like $1 per box.
Pudding's easy, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of margin in pudding. So talk about your school, because you don't go to a normal school anymore.
My school is called Acton Academy, and it's a school for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And like I said, they do the farmers markets and the business fairs. We also have different things where there's freedom levels, and you get to set your goals for the day. You get to decide what you do in the beginning of the day. And then if you get all those goals done, you get that day. And then if you get a week, you can move up freedom levels. And then if you get 4 weeks, you can be in freedom level 3. Freedom level 1, you have to sit in your assigned seat and you have to do your work. In freedom level 2, you can sit anywhere in the classroom you'd like and do your work like that. And you can sit in beanbag chairs. And in freedom level 3, you can sit anywhere on campus. Like I could sit outside on the grass if I wanted to, but I choose to sit inside. And you get to listen to music while you work.
It's kind of like real life. If you do your work and you're successful, then you earn money or you feel very fulfilled, and it gives you the highest level of freedom. So it mirrors like the real world.
It does. It's really cool.
You're also in charge of your own learning. What's that been like? Because you're only a couple of years in now. So this is a new school for us.
Yeah, it's new. And I like being able to decide what I do, because at my old school, I was always behind in math, and everyone else, I never really learned multiplication.
Yep.
And everyone else learned multiplication, and then they wanted to do division, and the teacher kept saying, use your multiplication to help you with division. And everyone else was like, okay, this is easy.
Yep.
And I couldn't do any of it. So now I'm going my own pace. And I'm still doing multiplication and 4th grade math, but I'm learning much faster than I was at my other school because I could go my pace.
So you get to choose the pace of learning.
And you get to choose what you do. Some people want to do math online. Some people want to do it in workbooks. Yeah.
You know, it's weird. So your little sister had an experience on her first couple days at this school that I thought was interesting. I don't know if you remember it, but a boy was making fun of her, and she's first grader. I think she was a first grader at the time. And the guide found out, and then they had a whole a school-wide meeting. Were you there for that?
Yeah, I was there, and they sat down everyone, and they talked about what it's like to tease someone and how mean it is, and like it's not cool. And they issued strikes to the people who teased her. Strikes are like, if you get 3 strikes, you're suspended for a week or until the other people think you can come back. And if you get 6 strikes, the class has the opportunity to expel you from school if they decide that's what they think.
So are you is it a peer-led kind of school? Like your peers, you guys make the decisions?
Yeah, like we get to choose what we get to do. We have we can have a meeting and bring something up to the meeting. One person wanted to do have, instead of the teacher doing roll, have one of the students do it, and so they brought that up, and now everybody takes turns every 7 weeks. They switch, and now different people do roll.
Yeah, that's cool. Back to our family values. Ramseys don't give up. And you told me that once in a RV in Yellowstone. Can you tell that story?
So we were going to go to what's it called? Those hot springs?
There were hot it's
springs.
called the Hot River.
And then we were going to go, and my parents were driving in an RV, and they were like, we can't find it. We've been driving for like over 2 hours trying to find it or something.
It's more like an hour, but yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, we should just go back home now. And I from the back seat, my car seat, a baby boy said, but Ramseys don't give up. You said it yourself. Yeah. And then we kept driving, and sure enough, we found it.
And we had a great time. Do you remember doing it?
I have pictures.
You have pictures, but it was...
That's pretty much it.
I think you were 4 at the time. How old are you now?
I'm 10 now.
You're 10.
I've said that 3 times already.
Almost an adult.
Almost an adult.
That's good. What's been the hardest part about growing up in our family?
Probably, I already said this a lot, like being held to a higher standard and being super nice and giving everything to my siblings.
What do you think that's preparing you for?
For real life, and like if you have friends or you want to be friends with someone, like for a financial reason or just because you want to be their friend because they're nice,
Yep.
like you have to do everything for them. Not everything, but you have to be extra nice. If they ask you to do something, you should probably do it. Unless it's super big, like jump into a pool full of sharks.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
To jump into a pool full of sharks.
Just because your friend asks you.
Yep. Hey, one of the things that we do as a family, and I wanted to kind of get your thoughts about this, is we always do vision boards. In fact, with the new year, we're going to go back and review what we visioned for our life for this year, and then we're going to look at what's forward. Can you explain that process? Like, what do you do? How has it helped you? What do you think?
So, in the beginning of the year or the end of the previous year,
Yep.
we go and we have these trifolds. And we cut out pictures from magazines, we write on it, we draw on it, we look things up. We decide everything we're going to do that next year.
Like what?
Like if you want swimming the next year, you would put that on the vision board. If you wanted to do the business fair for school the next year, you would put that on the vision board.
Travel.
If you wanted to travel, you would put that on the vision board. If you wanted to if you wanted to learn how to ride a bike, it goes on there. If you wanted to learn how to play soccer, it goes on there. Football, all of that stuff.
What was been the most rewarding part about doing vision boards every year?
That way you get to look back at the end of the year and see what you did, see what worked for you, see what didn't work for you. And then you can modify the next one so that you don't have the one that didn't work for you on there.
Nice. Have you seen anything not work for you in your world or from the...
Yeah, when I was really little, I think I wanted to be a dog trainer when I was younger. I wanted to be a dog trainer, then a singer, then a dog trainer again. And so,
No more dog trainer.
Yeah, no more dog trainer.
You haven't even told me this. So when did the
I
dog
haven't?
trainer know? I thought that I didn't know that you left the dog trainer
Yeah,
thing.
I was thinking about it a lot, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be famous as a dog trainer. Very few people are famous, and like, that's my life's goal, to be famous.
This is your life's goal?
I've been to Taylor Swift's concert. I've been to Pink's concert. I've like it's my life's goal to be famous.
As a singer?
As anything.
You don't care what?
I don't care what.
You
I just like performing and singing a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why is it, I didn't know this famous thing is new. I mean, I didn't know the dog trainer was out or this famous thing. I'm curious why you want to be famous.
Well, I want to be famous because I want everyone to know my name because like who doesn't? Very few people don't want to be famous.
I think a lot of people don't want to be famous.
It's just most people, they're too scared to try.
And you're not.
They think they're going to fail. They think like, I can't try to be famous. Like, obviously I'm going to fail. Like a very small amount of the population who wants to be famous actually become famous. So they just give up and they go for a sensible job like a grocer or working at Starbucks.
Yeah, we know those people. Why do you think you're going to succeed? Like what is it?
I think I'm going to succeed because I'm not afraid to try.
You're just going to try and try
I'm
and
going to
try.
try and try and try. And if you try, eventually you're going to succeed.
As long as you keep the goal in mind. Right now, your vehicle for getting famous is singing?
Yes, but that could change. I could have different interests when I'm older.
Yeah, you just never know. So what are you doing with the singing right now? Like, what does your world look like, singing-wise?
Well, I love singing. I've been doing it ever since I was little. I remember probably my first performance was I was in an Elsa costume at my old house singing Let It Go in front of my parents.
Yes, you
And
did
my
that a
grandma
lot.
and grandpa and aunt.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I've taken singing lessons for a long time. In fact, right after this, I'm about to go to a singing lesson.
Yep.
I've done multiple plays. I've done week-long summer camps, and I've done long summer camps.
Yeah. You started doing plays when you were like 6 years old.
Yeah,
and
I love performing. I love being on stage, and like I love the attention on me.
There you go. You and I have a disagreement around piano.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So you want me to do piano because you say it unlocks a different part of your brain,
Yep.
but I say I don't want to because I'm not passionate about it.
Yep.
I don't think it's very fun personally,
Yep.
and I don't feel like it's a necessary tool for my journey in life.
Okay. Interesting.
But you think it is.
Yeah. And so how have we navigated that challenge, or are we doing a good job with this disagreement, or
I'm not really over it. I still feel like I shouldn't be doing it, but the parent, his rules I have to obey until I'm 18.
and that's the deal.
That's how life works.
Yeah.
Until you're 18, your parents can control you. Unless they're dead.
Geez. Unless they're dead, and
Yeah.
then maybe not. Interesting. Okay, what else is important?
Our family is really important, but one thing that I'm also passionate about is dogs. I love dogs. We have 2 dogs at home, a very hyperactive, energetic Doberman who runs all around the place,
Yes.
and an old 3-legged Basset Hound who is incontinent and is not very exciting.
Not anymore. You're
Yeah.
also doing some sports. Talk about the sports that you do.
I love doing soccer. I've done it ever since I was really little. It's a fun activity for me. On my team, I'm either defense or goalie because in offense, there's too much running, and I do not like running.
Yeah. And then what else?
And I'm doing swimming, which I, again, personally don't like, but my parents say that they say that I need to do swimming because we swim in oceans a lot and lakes and rivers, and they're like, I'm afraid you're gonna float away and we're never gonna see you again.
That's right. We want you to be a very proficient swimmer.
And I'm telling you, Dad, I don't need to know every swimming stroke to be a strong swimmer. I'm a strong swimmer already.
That's good to know. That's very good to know.
Especially in life or death situations.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what about winter sports? Are you into any winter sports?
I've transitioned through skiing and snowboarding. First I did skiing, then I did snowboarding, then I did skiing, then I did snowboarding again. And currently I'm doing skiing
Got it.
because snowboarding is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like skiing is the same.
Interesting.
It's the same amount as fun. It's just snowboarding is harder.
Mm-hmm. One of our things is Ramsey's our life designers. How have you seen that play out in our family or for yourself?
Well, I love how we go to my school, which helps me design what I want to do when I'm older. They have business fairs, they have like all that sort of stuff that helps you know what you want to do when you're older. And then I like how we also do the vision boards, which helps us know what we want to do. Those are 2 things. There's probably many more that I can't think of right now.
Have you seen it help your mom or I in life?
Like, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Are we life designers, dreamers, doers? And
You guys are life designers, and you chose what you wanted to do. You grew up in a very poor family, Dad, and I think that's what helped you soar, like learning from your parents' decisions that might not have been the best, learning from mistakes, all that, becoming what you never were.
What do you know about my family and how I grew up? Like, I'm curious. I know you know some, but like, what does it look like?
I don't know a lot about your family. I know you grew up in a poor family and you always had to agree and you liked life, but you wished that you had a little bit more.
How do we feel in our family about hard work?
In our family, hard work is like a priority
Why?
because if you don't work hard, you can't get the reward. If I threw a treat for my dog, she didn't walk. She didn't bolt over there. It was the best thing in the world, then she wouldn't get the reward.
What's it been like for the honest one? Like the value of Ramsey's are honest. What has that felt like for you?
It feels like it's very important to be honest. And nobody can be perfect all the time, but honesty is one of those things that you pretty much have to do. And I'm a very bad liar. You can tell if I lie, so.
You're like a mini me, so I can just see it in your body and your face. It's pretty funny. All right, well, I think we should wrap up. Is there anything you would like to tell your future self? Like, we're going to look back at this interview in 10 years. What would you tell yourself?
I'm going to tell my future self to never give up, no matter how hard it is.
Yep.
And don't just give up because you think like it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Literally nothing is impossible. You want a unicorn? Bam, stick a carrot on a horse.
Bam, stick a carrot on a horse.
And give it a cell phone.
Okay.
Now you've got a unicorn that can speak.
Your message to your future self is you can have anything you want.
You can have anything you want as long as you work hard with it.
Love it. I think we should wrap that up. How was this interview for you?
Exciting.
This is your second podcast ever, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping to be your first, but you've been on another one.
I got beaten. You got beaten by our school.
Yeah.
Yeah. My teacher, there was a person who came over to interview all the students.
Yep.
And my teacher specifically said, hey, Georgia is really awesome. She likes being on stage. She wouldn't mind doing an interview. Mm-hmm. And then the girl came up to me and said, hey, do you want to be interviewed? And I'm like, of course. And then I got to be in an interview.
Wow. Well, you're really good at this. I think you know that, huh?
I'm good at improv.
Improv. And joke making. And,
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to go to New York for our daddy-daughter date?
I think that is, yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree on that.
Okay, good. I want to end with north, south, east. I've been doing that with you since you've been like a baby. Tell the audience about that.
So when I was younger, he would hold me up and he would go, I love you to the north, south, east, west. I love you so much. And he would throw me up into the air and catch me again.
How high?
Pretty high. Once he did it with my younger sister, who's 2 years old, and at an airport, and he threw her into a light fixture.
Yeah, she hit her head on a light fixture because she went up pretty high.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good situation for me. It wasn't at all. What does it make you feel like doing that and knowing that I've done that your whole life?
It makes me feel like you care about me a lot, and it makes me feel loved and happy to like have a tradition.
Yeah. Is that what tradition should be?
Tradition should make you feel loved, and it should make you feel happy. Like it should make you feel like it's that one thing that you stick to the schedule every single time. Mm-hmm. For some people, they say, I don't like tradition, I like something new. And of course, everybody wants something new. But if there's that one tradition that you have that you do all the time, it helps a lot.
We have a lot of family traditions.
Yes, we do.
High, low, buffalo. What's that?
So you say your high of the day, the favorite part of the day, your low of the day, which was your least favorite part of the day. Mm-hmm. And then your buffalo, which is a random fact about yourself or someone else.
Or the day. Or...
He stole that from one of our friends.
Yep, we did. I love stealing traditions from other people. We do the vision boards. We do the north, south, east, west. I used to do baby burrito with you.
Oh, you still do that with my siblings.
Yeah, with both of the little girls.
Yeah.
You're a little too big for that now, but what's baby burrito?
You put a towel down on the bed. You put the baby in the bed right after the bath.
Yep.
You pretend to be putting things on them like olives or cheese. Mm-hmm. And then you wrap it up and then you pretend to eat us.
Yeah, and tickle you the whole time.
And tickle us.
Yeah, it's a good tradition. We do bath time. What about dinner? How often do we have family dinner?
Almost every day of the week, pretty much. The only exceptions is when I have soccer.
Soccer.
Is because soccer is a little before dinner time. Our dad comes. Like, he'll usually drive to soccer and meet us there.
Yep.
And we'll have dinner before soccer, and he won't have eaten yet. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much the one night. that we don't have dinner together.
We also have the daddy-daughter traditions. We travel somewhere, like I take every kid somewhere. We have our annual Christmas party. What's it like?
It's really exciting because there's so many people, and it's like one of my favorite parts about Christmas.
Mm-hmm. What happens?
We have a chocolate fountain, which is always nice. Yes. We always have different things. Like for this year, we're having a magician come and do tricks. Mm-hmm. And we're, of course, still having the chocolate fountain.
Of course.
Last year, we did Christmas golf, mini golf, where she got a bunch of golf things and golf clubs, and she put decorations up. It was really fun.
Yeah. How is your mom? What's your mom? If mom was here or you were telling her how she did as a mom, like I'm curious what you would say about what she's done right. Because mom's been a stay-at-home mom and she's basically taken care of you for the last 10 years, which is a really long time.
She's done basically everything right, almost. The only thing she hasn't done right is she's not very strict enough.
She's not strict.
Yeah, she's not strict at all, really. Like when my sister June scratches me really hard on the arm and it like leaves a mark.
Yeah.
She'll be like, June, that's enough. Go to your room and think about what you've done.
You wish she was stronger.
If it was me, I would be like, okay. Then I would go up to my room and read and smile to myself that I got revenge on my sister.
Yeah. What has she done right? Because I hear you would like mom to be a little bit tougher, but I feel like dad's pretty tough.
Yeah, you're
tough. You would
tough.
agree. Okay, I'm tough. So mom's the nice guy, dad's sometimes the bad guy.
You're gone most of the day.
Exactly. But what has she done right? I'm curious. I'd like to highlight what you appreciate your mother for the most.
I appreciate my mom for giving up her whole day to us. I appreciate her for doing my laundry. I appreciate her for doing the dishes. Mm-hmm. I appreciate her for cleaning my room sometimes.
So she takes care of your
She
whole
takes
world.
care of me and my siblings and everything. Mm-hmm. And if I want something, I'll ask her and she'll be like, okay. And then the next day it will come. It will come.
Yeah.
I asked for hairspray and it arrived and she ordered it like right away. And it arrived the next week.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So she takes care of you is what you're saying.
Yeah.
She takes care of our home and all the kids and our life. I want to hear more from you. I'm curious. This is like a good dad feedback moment, you know?
I don't have a lot of feedback for you.
Well, what do I do good and what do I do bad? I'm curious.
Well, to think what's good is that when it comes to the fun things, that's your department.
Yes.
Like we went to the beach at our friend Jamie's wedding.
Yeah.
And you weren't there.
Yeah.
But mom was there, and I kept asking her, come on, mom, swim with me, swim with me. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she got in up to her knees, and she's like, I'm swimming. If you were there, you would have been like,
I would have been
sure,
in.
Georgia. And you would have jumped and dived on me.
Yep. Okay. And what do I need to work on? What could I do better as a father?
I think you could be a little less strict. And when something happens to someone, before just assuming like whoever did it, bam, this is your fault. You did this. You're in trouble. Big trouble. Like here.
Is that my face when that happens? Is that?
Whenever you're like, you did this, and then you never like ask for details. That could have been something worse that provoked that action. Like June could have.
This is a lot about you and June, by the way.
Yeah. I could have shoved June to the ground, then she could have scratched my arm.
And then I could have said it's your fault.
And then you could have said it was my fault that June scratched my arm because I shoved her to the ground. Or you could have said it was June's fault that she scratched my arm even though I did something. So just like before like, and there could have been something that provoked that shove too.
Got it. So I need to get more details.
Yeah, like get more details before you just say it was
before somebody's at fault, get more details. Okay, that's interesting. What's it like? Do you remember trips to the Philippines going?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
It's
I
been
was
a
really
couple-
young again.
It's been a couple of years. the pandemic has screwed that up. What's been your favorite like family vacation, family activity, family thing that we do together?
My favorite thing doing with our family is probably our annual Disney trip.
Mm-hmm.
Disneyland is amazing, and I'm so lucky that I get to go there every year.
Yeah. So that's a trip that mom and grandma,
It's generally the girls' trip,
all the girls.
except for sometimes we bring my cousin Ian because he's disabled and he lets us cut all the rides.
Yep. And then I've gone a couple of times.
Yeah.
So,
and so is my step uncle Pete.
Yep. Uncle Pete. Okay. So you love Disney trips.
I love Disneyland.
The girls in the family do a ladies' luncheon during Christmas. So all the adult women get together and meet somewhere for a lunch, which is super fun. The boys don't get to do that. We usually spend New Year's up in Tahoe. What else do we do?
I love that on Christmas we have a Christmas party, which is really awesome, as I've said. And I also love that on Christmas morning, well, this is something that I don't love, on Christmas morning, you make us
Wait.
we wake you up, and then you both go, and then one of you goes downstairs, and then we're like, Christmas time, it's time for all the presents.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let me get my coffee first. And then you go down there, and generally when you get coffee, it takes like 3 minutes, and you're just like, pour it in, and then you're like, put the stuff in, and then you're done. But for some reason, on Christmas morning,
it takes a lot longer.
It takes like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
On Christmas, and me and Jen are just forced to like sit on your bed, just wait.
And just wait and wait and wait and wait.
And wait.
It's hard to have patience, huh?
And wait. Yeah.
It's really super hard. Okay, well, Georgia Ramsey, thank you for joining me.
You are welcome.
This has been fantastic.